Man, a lot different than last year as far as depth, you know what I mean? And so that's what we struggled with last year, was having bodies, but I'm excited about this group. The continuity is really good, all the guys coming back, them understanding the expectations and the standard. They're talented, super talented. So it's really just about honing in on our fundamentals and technique and making sure their mentality is moving in the right direction. Kind of what you saw the second half of the season last year. So these guys get it. You know, it can't just be coaches holding people accountable. They've taken a huge role and a huge step forward in that leadership role, as far as everyone being accountable for all that we do, all our actions, and so they've done a great job.
Scott Matlock, kind of ascended into that, I don't want to say superstar status, but last year he really stepped up and became kind of one of the leaders of your defense on and off the field. I mean, heck, he was scoring touchdowns. I mean, just for what is kind of that next level for him, and how where can he take his game to the next level, and can he be one of those just elite, top of the league type D linemen?
Absolutely. Super talented. So for a guy like that's super talented, it's really about cleaning up all the fundamentals and technique that's required in his position so he can be successful this year. So he understands that. He's embraced the process of being able to get that done, and I'm excited about him this year.
Who are a couple other guys that you're really focused on? I know Shane's going to be injured, right, for most of spring, or he's out.
Yep.
I know you got a couple guys out, but who are a couple guys in spring that you really want to kind of try to see take that next level?
Herbert Gums. Herbert Gums is going to be a special player. Really good. Divine Obicheri is another one. One of our young players, Ahmed Hassanin, is a really explosive young player. And to tell you the truth, are two of our new guys that have come in, Braxton Feely and Cortez Hogans. They're going to be special. They're going to be really good. So I kind of have a good problem. There's some really good depth. There's going to be a lot of competition in that room, but they're really good dudes. They love each other, so it's going to be fun.
What you mentioned last year, not having the lack of depth. What does that allow you to do when you feel a little more comfortable, in games, but just in practice too, having more bodies to get guys out there?
Well, I think you don't wear people out. You know what I mean? Physically and mentally, and just being able to help the O-line, right? So it's not just about us. Us making progress will allow us to get the offensive line better as well, right? So iron sharpens iron, plays both ways. So I can't just think about it as getting my side of the ball better, but if we're going to win football games, it's got to happen in the trenches. And so me having depth to be able to give those guys the looks they need plays a huge role. So it's going to help everybody in all phases.
But with Shane, I mean, he's out for spring, right? I think Andy said, or at least limited, right? Yeah. Just looking at him big picture, though, having him come back and, coming from the JUCO ranks, nobody really knew what to expect. And he kind of, emerged as a key pass rusher for you guys the last couple of years. How do you see his game kind of going to the next level, and having him back, what would that mean to this D-line?
Well, I think some of the surgeries and fixing some of the physical issues that, he was battling through, to tell you the truth, and did a great job doing it. I think just cleaning that stuff up and getting him back 100% is going to take his game to the next level. Now he doesn't have to play through pain all the time. He's going to be able to move a little bit faster, a little bit smoother without pain. So we're excited to see him come back.
You mentioned Herbert Gums, and he came in with a lot of hype, and I know was battling injuries for a good chunk of the season. We started to see him at the end. How much of an impact type player can he be as early as this fall?
He could be a starter, to tell you the truth. So he's got the ability to be a starter. Obviously, the depth is deep, so it's really just about finding who's the best guys, the best players, and excited about the competition in my room. But he is super talented, super explosive, and very physical, so excited about him.
There was I forget who it was, but someone had said, it was the Oregon running back, Cyrus, was saying that the D-line, he thought of him as like a Pac-12 D-line. You've obviously coached at a lot of places, as SEC big time. When you look at the talent you have at your group, I mean, is this a power conference type of D-line in terms of the talent?
I believe so. And I think that's why I'm so excited, man, because these guys work so hard. They're good dudes off the football field. They handle their business in the classroom. And so just to have that many guys that are talented and do things the right way makes me proud as a position coach to have those guys and be a part of their lives.
Stopping the run. I know you had some great games, some not so great games. The consistency, I'm sure, wasn't where you wanted. How big of a focus is that going to be in spring?
It's everything. So stopping the run for us is number one. And again, like you talked about, man, being so inconsistent with it last year was a problem. And so that's the emphasis, starting with practice 1 tomorrow, is making sure that doesn't happen, this fall. So huge emphasis on that. And again, that just comes down to our fundamentals and technique.
It's kind of the opposite storyline on the offensive side. They're trying to be more consistent running the ball. And that was last year. Obviously, they didn't run very well. You guys gave up. I mean, what's that like in practice? And it's just funny how you guys are both trying to do the exact opposite. They want to be consistent running, and you want to be consistent stopping it.
Well, I think that's where you saw the difference last year, right? At that second half of the season is the mentality changed, right? And so every practice was a battle. It was a battle with those guys. Those guys are physical, they're talented, and so I love seeing that on that side of the ball because I know that's going to make my guys better. So the competition level was awesome, man, and I think that's why you saw the second half of the season move in that direction was because of the mentality of the guys in the trenches.
And final thing, I mean, Andy was saying he can tell these guys have that chip on their shoulder again. He called it, he felt like maybe they missed Christmas or something.
Yeah.
7-5 is not what people are used to around here. Not having the bowl game. Do you get a sense, whether it be in the workouts or whatever, that these players, this coaching staff, this program is pretty fired up to get back to that, elite status that people are used to around here?
Absolutely. They are hungry. They're hungry. I've never seen them like this. They're hungry. I think what happened last year kind of forced the humility side of that deal. So right now you're looking at a team that's been humbled and they're hungry. And so that's a dangerous equation when you put those two things together.